Still got like 30 seconds.
Run now, we have a chance.
Longest moment of the year. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So I will take the call meeting to order. Motion to approve the agenda in the minutes.
Motion to approve agenda and minutes.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Both same sign, motion carries.
Good morning. Check on the status of new trucks. We'll probably look at maybe January, February. I don't know for sure yet. The chassis have been there, but we're still waiting for snow equipment. If that comes in, it still takes a couple months to get it put on. So I had a stop sign request at Kildare and 350 as I'm going through the MUTC warrants now. There's a property in the northwest corner of that intersection that seems to block the view, but the majority of the traffic goes north and south. I think the request was to stop the traffic going north and south, but you don't stop the majority of traffic. So I'll get that next few weeks or so, kind of go through all that, bring it to you guys and see what you guys want to do there. So
What is the policy on that? Because there's several places.
I know, we go through the MUTC warrants and we check accidents, check sight triangles, things like that. There have been no accidents reported through the DOT's accident stuff, but
Okay.
so a lot of things are clear, but if you start looking at just the way the property is positioned there,
So is that one of those properties that you turn the trees back properly?
I don't think you could trim enough trees.
They have trees right up on the property line.
Both ways.
The ways, so even if you trim them out of the right of way, it's still gonna,
Yeah.
Still in.
they're on
still
the
gonna have
corner south end.
Okay.
Yeah.
Slow down.
Well, that's.
I think right now,
You have to on that.
I think right now we have a sign up that shows that there's an intersection approaching just to cross,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think the landowner that lives there has called, sees people driving by. I think it's maybe more for slowing traffic down, but you don't use a stop sign to slow traffic down either. So we'll evaluate that. Friday, 500 West of Vine, we had to go pick up a bunch of garbage that was dumped in the ditch. On Saturday, they didn't put it in the ditch, they just dumped it right in the middle of the road on Yarrow and 500. So we had to go pick up some stuff there. I don't know if they got any names in any of the garbage that was dumped, they need to pay for it.
Twice they did it?
Yeah, Friday and then Saturday. One was more of, they thought it was more of a dump trailer type stuff. One day there was a couch, the next day the cushion showed up. So I don't, others, then there were some other garbage things that were along with it. So I didn't see the pictures, I just kind of was told about it, so. That's
Probably.
again. So.
Sounds like a neighbor maybe,
I don't know,
either to the north or to the east, cause it's off close county and state line.
right, so I don't know. But we had to go pick that up, so. We've had Girl Scouts in doing some work for us on some culverts. We've been doing a little bit of asphalt patching ourselves, so. I'm trying to do concrete patching too. People are nuts out there when our guys are working on them. The sheriff was out a day or so while our guys were patching just to slow traffic down because people will not slow down. We had one guy, they told me the inside set of tires were on the shoulder, but the rest of the car was in the ditch as he was driving through the work zone and didn't really slow down. So it's just ridiculous. It's insane that people do not slow down for flashing lights or anything. Everybody's in a hurry to go nowhere.
Not paying attention. So.
Oh, well, that could be
a combination of both. In a hurry and not paying attention.
But I mean, we have signage up, there's everything, and they just do not slow down.
You guys said, I guess.
But that's all I've got for you this morning. Other than what you guys have on the agenda there.
Just setting
To discuss
the
that,
hearing date for the Tony Road right away ordinance.
Oh. That's gonna go in for 2 weeks probably in the paper.
And then is Jeff doing the notice or who's?
I suppose we'll have Jeff do it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So, day 27 today.
And the document's ready to roll. Yeah.
Document should be right.
I've adjusted everything that we
Yeah,
got.
documents ready to go.
So if it's in the 5th and the 12th, it's 2 weeks for the paper, right? So 17th. Is Jeff here?
He's in court.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that'll make a difference if he gets it looked at this week, gets it to the paper, so they can have it in next week.
Should be. Yes,
I would think so. So if we have it in the 5th, the 12th, I think we should. I'll make a motion to set the hearing date for the 17th, 9:30.
9:30, is there a second?
I'll second that.
Okay, moving second, set the hearing date 17th at 9:30. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all's in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Both same sign, motion carried. All right. Okay, project updates, anything there on the change orders?
No change orders, the office footings and stub walls have been formed and cast, so they did that. They did the walls Friday or Saturday, I think Saturday they poured those. Then the north footing walls in the maintenance building have been poured, they're working on the east ones now, forming them, so they're pouring concrete. That's good going.
It looks good. I was up there Sunday morning, took a peek.
Once they get the plumbers and stuff in, get their runs into the office building, then they can start backfilling that and
Ready to pour the
get
floor.
ready to do that, yeah. Well, they gotta get the block layer into that center room yet.
Oh,
So
That
I
is block.
think it's gonna be a block wall.
all right. Discussion possible action, road and drainage easement and maintenance. We're gonna miss something. Okay, Worthwhile Solar Farm West LLC. A chance to look that over.
Yep, that final draft.
Eric's, yep.
The final draft is the one with the project where it says project, see exhibit A, where there's a map at the end. Okay, that's the one that's got the changes in it. Did you ever look at the final draft? Did you? I noticed you weren't on these emails.
Is that I saw the road use agreement. I didn't know if there was anything changed since I saw it.
The two things that were relevant to you, Rich, if I may, was that we added that, language just about that we won't have priority over snow plowing.
Right.
services.
Yep, I did add that
And,
stuff.
yeah, and then the second was your addition of just that we'll follow county specs.
Right,
You're gonna be involved with the material that's used.
yes.
Yeah, so Eric put those edits.
Did I send that back to him or how did that?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
sent it
okay.
back to him.
Yeah.
I know I went through it, yeah, so I think those are the things that we had concerns about when we talked about it initially, and so we put that in there and gave it back, yep. Otherwise, I think that agreement was very similar to the other wind tower agreement we had. This is a wind tower, but it's still road use, so.
Right, it's different than the wind one, but it's, yeah, it's solar, so.
And the only changes I made to it was behind project, I wanted an example of it, the map.
Man,
And then we took out the facility storage facility, that storage facility, and then,
Energy storage.
Yeah,
energy
we took
reference
that out of there.
battery.
and then the other thing we changed was we went from the 50-year to 30-year.
Yep.
We went to 25 originally, but then the solar panels that they're using got a warranty of 30 years on them.
Okay.
So then we switched to 30 years. And then if they repower, they have to, at that, even if it's at 20 years. Because in 15, 18 years, they might find there's a solar panel that's just much more efficient.
more
Right.
efficient.
So we're basically saying this agreement is good until 30 years, but if we go to repower, we have to renegotiate
Yep.
before we can do that. So it doesn't like apply to a repowered
Yep.
project in case in 15 years, 20 years or something different.
So,
And that matches. So when we applied to that, you see, we said 35 years, so 30 is a little bit less, but it lines up with the panel warranty. So I think we were happy with that.
so that's the changes that were made in that one. So
Okay. Anything else you're looking at or seeing the missing?
I don't think so.
We're all good.
I think it's,
No, I think we've
Got it?
got it covered, yeah.
yeah, I think it's covered.
Okay, is there a motion then to approve the county roadway crossing ordinance? Or, no, wrong one, sorry.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I already marked that one off.
I'll make a motion to approve the road and drainage easement and maintenance agreement for Worthwhile Solar West LLC.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Moved and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, let's just do a roll call vote. Wilbur.
Aye.
Stone.
Aye.
It's maybe aye. The road and drainage easement agreement will pass. All right. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thanks.
All right, drainage. I'm gonna do a little flip flop here. Chelsea, you're here. We're gonna put the work order up on top for Paul.
Yep.
Cause that's gonna go hand in hand with the possible reclassification of DD 10.
So here's the work order,
Okay,
what we talked about with me.
Yep. okay. So I was in here, I don't know, one day last week because this came up and
There was work that was done last year that's got a
well,
sickle.
no, the work was done fine, and we just had a blowout a little bit farther up from it, about the size of a Volkswagen apparently. And Chelsea was struggling to find out where to bill it to, and we were struggling to find even if it was a facility. It looks like it is. I did go ahead and tell Elliot to fix it,
Okay.
and but we have no proper way to bill it to where it should be, because actually, I don't think the guys up there where this work was got billed for any of that cleaning last summer. It all went to upper DD 10 main.
Because we cleaned that ditch.
Yep,
And that's when they
And
noticed
that's like
it
a
just further
lateral.
west a little
Yeah,
bit.
it's like
So
a
we tried
Y
to
there.
fix that too, yeah.
so they actually, the guys up above got billed for that work, and the guys to the west did not.
There's numbers above, there's numbers
Numbers
below,
below, and
but
there-
there's no 7.
Well, and there is some language about 7, but
Mhm.
there's nothing, and there was a deal where Wally Charleston, actually, the supervisors told him he had to fix his stuff himself.
Because I think Elliot said he didn't know if it was private.
Yeah, he looked too, and he said, doesn't look like it's there, but it does,
Yeah.
and like I said, just go ahead and get it fixed, and we're gonna have to work this out.
Colton was gonna look at maps, but I don't know if he got to it or
Got
not.
to it or not?
Yeah.
So one of them considered a main and the other one a lateral? I would
So
assume.
there's like a 7 lat, and then there's a lat B too, so
Yeah, there's like what A.
it's gotta be a county facility, but the records
Well,
are.
I have the
outlets into
map
that
right
o-
there.
It outlets into that open ditch, right there.
Yep.
I mean, what, 100 feet away, 200 feet away?
I don't know if it shows.
And we found before that the map doesn't necessarily mean that it's
Yeah.
It's
got
there,
a schedule.
cause you got a lat 7A, and it's coming off of here, I think the work is up in here.
Right, 'cause he cleaned that.
Yeah, he
And the
cleaned
work,
this.
work was like, wasn't too far off that fence
No.
line because, yeah, you know where that's at, right?
And we're
Yep.
still assessing from the Bible, so that was like the original.
And the hole is up in here, right?
Yep.
Yep,
It's further up than where he was at before then.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So anyway, we'll start with, I did tell Elliot to get it fixed, and so we're gonna motion to approve that work order.
I'll motion to approve that work
Is there
order.
a second?
I'll second it.
Move in second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Pose same sign, motion carried. So what this does is open up a little bit of can of worms, and we've got to figure out where we're gonna have to bill it to. And so to be honest, we need to look at reclassifying DD 10, which would include any laterals, any history. And,
We see it every day. We just haven't been on the reclassification
well, I
train
don't
this
think
year
we're even
much.
halfway through our district, so
Right.
it's just one that we had work done on it. It probably was not billed properly.
Yep.
Because they should have got billed for some of that work on DD 10 and they didn't. Even the lat, I mean, even that little stretch of ditch, I don't think anybody got billed on it.
So they need to be annexed in then? Some of
I
them,
think
well-
it's there. It's just a clarification. It's an old,
There's no schedule.
no schedule,
Right.
no decent schedule.
We know there's a lateral there. Everybody knows there's a lateral there.
I mentioned it to Paul, I said, but
There's
you
a
open up a
private.
can of worms here, but.
Right.
You know,
But we gotta do it, cause this is stuff that was a lot of good old boys and 2 or 3 landowners and
Yep.
50 years ago, so I'll give you a motion to reclassify DD 10.
okay, is there a second?
I'll second
Okay,
that.
moved and seconded. Any further discussion?
Okay, so then is there anything that's touching 10 that we haven't dealt with that should be correlated with it?
Can you see anything on that map? I don't know. If there's anything.
Alright.
No, not, I mean, no, it's pretty, that's kind of a small area
Isolated.
there.
There should be.
So this goes on quite a bit way up to, it'll go clear up north. I think it's all basically, everything that drains into DD 10 should be covered. When we do the reclassification, and a couple engineers sitting here, they're gonna have to look at that entire area. We're reclassifying 10, and it might bring in other districts that aren't in there. We don't know that.
That goes up
7's
that hill.
beside
That
it.
goes up that hill pretty sharp. going
Yes.
northwest, so I
48.
mean, it's gotta stop there and just, or begin there. and come down an outlet, so I don't think.
It actually, I think it actually goes north and west, and it also goes a little bit southwest. I think I got a farm, a custom farm, and some of that water actually probably comes down.
Probably.
And I
48's
know
right
it's not
there.
in.
48.
Yeah.
Seven is up
We did
above it,
21.
48's down below it.
Well, then why do we have one that has question marks right by DD 21? This thing's been totally messed up.
So that's why we're gonna reclassify.
I don't know what's happened with this map, but it's not the way it used to be.
Well, I guess let's just start with that. Let's start with that. In my opinion, then if, it looks like in the investigations with 10 that we need to maybe look into 7, then we'll do another one. That's all right.
Well, so you're talking DD 7, or are you just talking,
DD 10,
10.
well, no,
you
10.
mentioned, so 7 and 7. are
7
just
is on
lateral.
one side of it. No, DD's. Where did I go?
Cause DD 7 drainage.
No,
is
yeah, DD 7
Totally
is,
different.
yeah, and that's,
That's north and,
Yeah.
way north and west, and that water would not, that wet water goes south and
48 is.
48 is
south-ish.
southeast of it,
Yeah,
and 7 is northwest of it.
yeah.
48 drains
And the
into
DD question mark is farther
Mhm.
southeast of it.
Didn't we just do 48?
We did,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming, without looking at the schedule, DD 8 either already has a common outlet or pays for work on DD 10. So, but that will show up when we do the reclassification, so. So the only question would be is if we want to get it reclassified. Include it. And then who we're gonna have engine do it. Want to put it out for RFPs or get a couple people.
I'll amend my motion DD 10 reclass to have Agri-Via do it.
Okay, is there a second?
I'll second that.
All right, moving second, is there any further discussion? Okay, hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion will carry. Probably should have asked, are you looking for more work?
We'll start with that. Too late. Too late, you got more.
Well, you're here, so then you can start digging.
Oh, just, yeah, dumped in your lap.
Appreciate that. Okay. All right, so I should sign this. There we go. Okay. Now, that out of the way. You guys are up.
We want to do today to file just because. Good. Quite a bit. So, mainly because we're filing for annexation reclass for 74, 40, and 1. And on 1 and 40 in particular, there's significant amount of reclass of annexation we're recommending. We're gonna double the size of the local districts. Oh, wow. So we wanted to let you guys know that before we jump all the way into it. And with that, you'll notice our annexation reports are 50 pages long. So the idea is we're putting everything out there, so in case we have to, we've got enough information to back ourselves up as a result of 72. The other thing for reclass, kind of go over, every engineering firm does their reclass a little bit differently. So it's a little bit different reclassing method than what you're used to. We explained it in the reports, but we use 10 factors. So we use KSAT, which is how saturated your soils are. So we use your drain class, your proximity, and your use. That's what you guys are used to. We've also added an elevation factor, which is how much grade you have to the facility. KSAT is how saturated your waters are. Your water table depth has also been added. So it's still the same 3 basic factors. It's just those 3 basic factors now have a little bit more things that go into them. So it's kind of, it ends up, map probably isn't that much different realistically than what it would have been, but it just a little bit more information. That was the main thing we want to talk about was annexation though, but we're expecting a challenge on it. So our report is written that way. But yeah, that's really all we have.
1, what'd you say, which one got a double sign? 1?
40 for sure.
40 and 1.
And 40, they should have been in it in the first place, but at some point, it didn't happen, so, but if you're in the watershed, why can you get out of it? That's what's
You can't.
frustrating.
Well,
All we can do
did
is
they
go
get
to-
out or were they never?
all we can do is, give them a minimum assessment,
Right, but if your water's going there, or how that works, I mean,
Yeah.
right?
So DD 40, looking at it, the beacon is wrong. Only half the facility was actually built. They proposed the whole facility to go all the way up into the woods.
so it's 40 at the bottom.
40
Is
is,
above.
yeah, it's
Okay.
northeast of one. It's right along, kind of runs parallel to the Shell Rock Road.
Okay, yep.
And they only constructed half of it. So they didn't construct the upper part. And when they did that, they dropped everybody off the schedule that was north of it. So they never were annexed. And their water still goes there, and we find that they still benefit from it. They have an outlet now that's brought closer, a tile outlet that they wouldn't have had before. But yeah, the beacon on the tiles don't look like that in real life. They didn't build any of the laterals up there either. One, on the other hand, one's the first district in the county. They really only assessed the bottom to start with, it looks like. They really just packed it in. So, and it was the first one, it probably was, you know.
18.
So then we're bringing in everybody who drains to it, because we found that every parcel not only drains to it, but also benefits from it. And we came up with a criteria, a 5-point criteria that if you, it's all numbers based. So if you, what percentage of your ground is poorly drained, what percent is brought nearer. So that way, the idea is try to we have a rational reason for why we're annexing these people in. And then I signed up for a legal library subscription. I found like 12 court cases about annexation through all this, and that's why it's 50 pages long.
On that district.
No, just in general,
Oh,
just in general,
oh.
to back ourselves
Okay.
up.
So there's a 20-some page technical appendix in the back, but it's,
So yeah, just wanted to bring it to your attention. There's a lot of tree ground on it, a lot of woods and non-farm ground, but I still think they benefit. They have the potential to farm it.
So that's their regardless, it's their choice what they do with it, it's still in the district and it's what you have to make that decision.
Mhm.
Kinda like CRP.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly, yeah. Yeah, the district cannot regulate your farming practices.
Right.
Yep.
But if the
But we can still give you the
facility's there
benefit.
and the availability's there.
Mhm. Yeah, we're giving you the opportunity. It's your responsibility to take advantage of it. But yeah, so I guess then we just need to schedule a hearing.
And will you have these so
Will-
that we can get them online?
Yes, we will email Chelsea when we get back today. We'll email PDFs of everything.
I'm assuming it kind of shows in here, I haven't looked at them yet, so that the people that are involved in this, are kind of give them a pre-estimate on what this whole situation could cost, is that right?
So we used $100,000 as our basis. That's just for easy percentages. If, as of right now, there's no work proposed on any of them, one might possibly, seeing what things are.
Well, I'm guessing
happen
there's gonna wanna
downstream.
be some work on the lower part, because the guy that requested it, and actually there's still some ground down there, they're struggling getting crops out of right now, so.
And it shouldn't, clean out DD1 shouldn't be a terribly expensive project. There's not a lot of pipes on it. It's just gonna be dipping the bottom. But you could probably do it as a work order. You probably don't even have to hire an engineer. It's probably not small.
Okay, be just a general maintenance type of situation, so.
Yeah, if we could shoot grade for you if you needed it, but I bet you're under that threshold.
Yep.
Right.
But then, yeah, the other two, 74 and 40, I don't think there's any proposed work on either one of those tiles in the future.
All seem to be in good repair, it's just,
Yeah, 74 was,
40, wasn't that the Parcher one?
40s, Parcher would be the one that kind of started this, one requested it, and,
Yeah,
cause he's having issue with all the water coming down and not getting away, it's backing up in his.
the water that's not in the district.
Yeah, water coming in is not in the district, and it should, so.
well, yeah, feel free to look through it. If you guys have any questions, feel free to call.
So are we looking at setting this up as one big hearing, or are we gonna do?
One after another.
Yeah, well, it'll have to be 6 hearings.
Okay.
But we could do them all one day.
Yep.
Maybe you have a half hour for each reclass and 15 minutes for each annexation. Yep. And the earliest availability we have after 40 days is December 15th. I don't know. After that, we probably would push it into January.
That's plenty of time to get notices out to a landowner.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Yeah.
Just advise-
I mean, that gives you a month.
I mean,
So let's get through elections.
Yeah.
Oh,
we
yeah,
can-
yeah.
And we can kick it back to
Yeah,
January too, I don't.
Yeah,
Let's do
sorry.
January.
Yeah,
if
let's
that's
do
okay.
January,
Yeah.
because then we could still, if the things go ahead and there's any work that needs done, we could get that lined up either for spring or
Mhm.
summer or fall or
Sure.
something, so.
Still gives you time.
Yeah.
Okay. And yeah, we're available anytime in January.
Let's do a day other than a meeting day or. Don't matter to me, either way, January I'm pretty free.
5th through the 19th, because I kind of, that 12th, I'll probably do budget.
Oh, yeah, you got that to do too, so.
Let's, get that away then, 5th. After our meeting. we'll just
On the 5th?
Stay out.
Stay all day?
the fifth for everything.
Perfect.
Work for you?
Why?
Don't have any ice fishing trips or anything?
Nope.
I'll make a motion to, set the annexation reclassification date for January 5th for DD 1, DD 40 and DD 74,
I'll second that.
Okay, moved in second,
starting at 9:30.
9:30, okay, we'll just do a light agenda and.
Let's do increments after.
Okay. So, further discussion, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those same sign, motion will carry. Thank you, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Looks like a lot of
Thanks,
work here.
Homework. These are fun to read, there's a lot of pictures.
That's good.
Goes by quick.
I understand better.
All right, any claims today?
No, oh, just those. It's not drainage.
You got them?
Okay, Yep,
All pending claims?
Pending claims. I'll make a motion to approve the pending
is there a
claims.
second?
I'll second.
Moved in second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those same sign. Reports,
Nope.
payroll.
Someone's coming back.
Jill Schultz.
Shoots.
Schultz, sorry.
Public health,
That's right, yeah.
a motion to approve the payroll eligibility.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Moved in second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those same sign, motion will carry. Any liquor license today? And a resolution 2025-43, authorizing approval of a certain loan agreement providing for the issuance of 4,690,000 general obligation bonds.
Heidi's on if you have any questions, and we'll just sign all this afterwards.
Okay. Well, we've had our meetings and our discussions, so.
Heidi, we ready to roll?
Yes, ready to roll. This is the board's last action item for the 2025 A bonds. Basically putting everything in the legal form, getting you set up and registered the bonds, having your paying agent in place, and getting everything so you're set to close.
Sounds good.
Yep.
All right, so if there's no further discussion, I will take a motion to approve the resolution.
I will make a motion to approve resolution 2025-43.
Is there a second?
I will second it.
Moving in second, any further discussion? Hearing none, we will do a roll call. Wilbur,
Aye.
Smithy, or Stone,
Aye.
maybe aye. Resolution will pass. Okay.
No, for the rest of them. Yeah, they want a full set, the attorneys want a full set too.
Okay. Good, let's start compensation board discussion while I sign 800 signatures.
I just wanted to get it out in front of you guys again because it's gonna be here before we know it.
Right.
So are you still gonna have a compensation board? Should there be a resolution to get rid of the compensation board? What do you wanna do?
Well, if we want to get rid of it, that's what we have to do as a resolution, correct?
Same as, yeah, otherwise we're still running off our resolution from last year to keep the correct. Oh,
And you don't have to decide today, it's just, it
We,
needs to be done
Sooner
one way or
than
the
later.
other.
yeah. mixed emotions about it. At one point, I kinda like it, but second point, I get a little frustrated. We have to show our work and we didn't get that to us, so. At the end of the day, we get to make the decision whether it's right or wrong.
Well, in their defense, they don't really get any guidance either,
Yeah.
so I don't know what to do about it. I mean, basically the same numbers are gonna be looked at one way or the other, and you guys are gonna ultimately make the decision, so.
Thing that bothers me is multiple times it's been said, we'll just do this because the supervisor's gonna cut it in half anyways.
That one bothered me.
Bothers me too.
I'm at the same place I was last year. I don't need them. But if you guys wanna use them, go ahead and use them. But we don't have to make a decision today.
Yeah.
But yeah. I'll
Well, I
need
was
to
hoping that
inform
we
them.
get some more professionals in there, that it would have been a little better, and that was the reason behind that request, is to get more in line with what's happening out here in the local area too, and I think it really did. Not that we're gonna do any better.
Well, I'd say either way, at the end of the day, we take the black eye, whether it's good or bad, so. I guess. Leave it on for next week and we'll have our decision.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, ISAC's request for financial assistance for, yeah, I can't pronounce that word, so I'm not even gonna try. Maybe you can.
Amicus?
Amicus? is
And
that
the
what-
attorney stuff.
Yeah, amicus brief, Corsa versus Shelby County. So I saw the email on that, I guess.
That's the one there. Is being challenged.
So is that the one that's already been, they're appealing it? Is that? the
Yeah.
They're appealing it to Supreme Court.
It's already been through the 8th district in Iowa or whatever, that's Shelby and basically Story County.
Right,
The two
yeah, there's two
that-
counties.
There's two counties involved in it, it's basically those two. And now there's obviously other counties since then have brought in this ordinance. And it's become a battle for approximately 25 counties. Is what I've been hearing.
Would be on the route, I suppose, right?
All right.
And they're just asking if we would like to donate $500 to this or whatever we want to donate. It's the way I read it, right? It's $500.
Yeah, because what they want is to know if we stand behind our ordinance and basically support this decision, because if this decision is gonna affect everybody that's involved now.
It's gonna change how things go down the road.
Could. I don't know what happens, of course, and,
Yep.
Right.
we participated before I got on in the Iowa Drainage District lawsuit with Des Moines Water Works. And I think we had a 3-year commitment on that, from what I remember, but it was right before I got on, and I think we continued for the year or two after I got on. I think it was done by the time you got on.
Yeah.
And we
So-
still give money to
We
the
still get,
legal.
yeah.
Yeah, which is ongoing for different work down there, so which is good, so. I mean, I guess we went ahead and passed the ordinance, we probably should participate.
I-
$500, I guess, that's,
Yeah, and it's to have,
I mean, if it gets to be 5,000, 50,000.
right, and this is just a one-time request.
Just one time
Yeah.
request, so.
I think we have to support it, because like I say, we have our ordinance in place that,
Could be challenged.
should be
Or, well,
challenged.
we'll know it's
Yeah.
worthless or not when
Yeah.
it's overturned or not overturned.
Yeah, and I think they're fighting multiple things, and one of it's county home rule, I believe, is a big push on.
Yeah, that was one of the things that was in
Is
there
that-
that caught my eye.
Yeah, is that the judge, the 8th district decision is, basically it's all affecting county home rule, which is in the
Kinda going
state
on.
constitution, right, state code.
Kind of going out the window.
Yeah, so county home rule has slowly been disappearing for
Yeah.
the last few years. So I'll make a motion to send $500 to the Amicus Brief Assistance.
I'll second it.
Moved and second. Any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign, motion will carry. All right. Anything more on buildings and grounds? We discussed a little earlier, getting some plaster work done.
Yeah, let's go look at that. I'll take a peek at that too.
Okay.
What's up, just in the courtroom or in the hallway or?
Hallway upstairs before the first juror room.
Okay.
And probably behind that door too. It's popping out behind that door too, going into the juror room.
Okay.
But unless the
Gotta fix
outside,
that, look better.
but unless the outside gets fixed, is it,
So is that,
Gonna
is there
do
actually
any-
water leaking in
cause that's
there?
Teresa's
I was
wall.
gonna say, the bricks outside my office, outside, they've exploded. So
Yeah.
anytime we get moisture,
You start to see
it's
it.
going into the bricks, into the structure. So until things get fixed outside,
Right.
There's no
there's gonna
point.
be issues.
It'd just be a Band-Aid, but you almost gotta, otherwise you're gonna have shit like this hanging, just pardon my French.
Which, you know, the
Stuff like this
paneling,
hanging, and if you got a
paneling.
wall hanging, falling, we gotta do something about it now.
Yeah.
And then you still gotta,
There's a pipe there to stop it.
yeah.
Right, or the wall is just falling down in
Right.
the pile probably, but
And
yeah.
it has.
I mean,
Yeah, so we're gonna keep using that courtroom up there.
That section of the wall out there probably needs to be looked at and, you know, get an estimate on what it's gonna take to get her fixed up and maybe
Yeah,
keep it from leaking.
especially when we got this Reno dry in here now,
Yeah,
where we can actually get it, hopefully, get that moisture out of there.
right,
But yeah, the paneling in my office, it's been bowed and opened.
yeah, but
But
that's,
you need to fix outside first.
Yeah.
cause we had that discussion when I got on the board, we had the brick guy here and we looked at everything. And that's the first thing he said is we never should have covered these walls.
Yep.
And cause it
It was a
keeps
Band-Aid
the bricks
last
from
time.
breathing and things like that, so. But it wouldn't hurt to get him and give an estimate on that corner of the wall there to get it fixed over
Oh,
there and
yeah.
all this other stuff.
I gotta call him on some brickwork out at the wastewater plant, so I'll talk to him about
Come,
both.
come look at
Try to
it,
set up time to meet up with him on both of them.
see what's involved and.
But in the meantime, well, I think we gotta get the plaster fixed.
Yeah, we gotta get that fixed.
Even if it's get the blue
done?
stuff off and just get something to stabilize it, so we're not taking a chance of anything falling off the wall and hitting somebody.
Is he
Yeah.
done at Winnebago?
Huh?
Is he done at
He's never, he
Winnebago?
will not be done one of those. This would be just, hey, okay, I'm behind, I'll come over here and do this situation, so, okay.
Yeah, that's turned into quite a project.
That's why you don't remodel, I guess, in that situation. You just build a new room somewhere. Okay, general maintenance, possible action, do we have anything on snow removal bids?
I was nervous, but a couple came in.
Alright.
But it's all last minute,
No, it was actually in the morning. It wasn't 4 o'clock.
3:57.
Nope, not even. It was before noon.
For solutions.
Really get stuck to it.
Yep. KPM Property Management. which is- What's it, how'd you say?
Kratzer.
Kratzer.
Kyle.
Thank you, yep. So,
What was who was the first one?
Worth solutions.
Worst solutions, so Nathan.
And
He's got all separated. Sheriff's Annex. Public health, water tower, wastewater, treasures. So. He is. Bidding this by the hour, isn't it? Different. An inch. Right? Am I looking at
Yeah,
it right?
yep,
By the
yep,
inch?
yep, yep. 1 to 3 inches, 3 to 5, 5 to 7, 7 to 9.
So where KPM here goes per push. So anytime he has to come in here and push, like Worth County, the courthouse sheriff's office would be, depending on if you had to put salt on every time, would be $375 per application. Public health would be 200. Treasurer would be 125, waste treatment facilities 225. That's with salt treatment. Otherwise, he's 250, 125, 75 without salt.
And that one goes by the inch?
But, yeah, right,
Per push by
per push. By the inch.
So what'd you have?
It's just per push, so 250 per push without any salt. He just-
Courthouse and treasurer and sheriff?
Yeah.
Courthouse, yeah, just
Courthouse, sheriffs together, public health, treasury, and wastewater.
Courthouse here. Treating this.
He's just doing total.
Salt, yeah,
Hmm?
somewhere we could get a salt application for that, or that's.
So wouldn't you say that, if he, let say we had 10 inches of snow, he's only 75, $73.
Yeah, and that's for the treasurer's office.
We could do
Well, I'm
treasurer's
looking down here,
Oh, yeah.
treasurer's, he's 75, maybe 73. Regardless, he's charging whether it's 1 inch or,
Yeah,
that's at the basic, hopefully we never get more than a foot of snow at one time, but.
right,
We'll go broke.
they're better on that than on that one. Oh,
I mean, it's definitely better if we're only getting light
there,
snows.
yeah, on there, well, even a heavy one,
Yeah, even heavier is a
Yeah.
little better, so
what's public health?
salt treatments. He's gonna send salt for 12.50 and he's doing
Yeah.
50 per application.
Yeah, so.
So this would be better, just comparing the treasures. I would assume basically they're the same all the way across, aren't they? Oh, so you're a little more, cause this, which one is this?
Public health.
Public health.
And in comparison, Springer was doing 125 per time, it looked like.
Per ton. But he did put a bid, so he's out.
Yeah.
So it's
I was just giving you a
200
reference.
Public health, at the most, he would be.
We got huge.
He must be finished, like shoveling all the sidewalks, doorways, all that. I don't know if this is just pushing the parking lot or if that's
Should be sidewalks as well.
should be. And we got the main one, let's go with 375 per push.
So light, but then you get heavier, it'd be more.
Right. I mean, more than likely, we're gonna be on the light side,
Right.
1 to 3.
Yeah. Well, that's when we want it done. Just depends if it's overnight. If he wants to wait and push 6 inches, you can, but
You
if
can't,
it's 1 to 3, we wanna keep it less than that all the time, so you gotta do it twice in a day, 3 times in a day.
yeah,
If it snows all day, that's just the way it goes. But it should always be in that 1 to 3. Right. Like I said, unless it's an overnight snow where he's waiting until the morning, it's
Yep.
gonna quit overnight and then just do 6 inches at once. So that, you're gonna see this 95% of the time,
time
the light snow.
versus, you know, he's charging the same regardless whether it's 1 or 10.
Mhm. Yep.
So overall, looks like you make some
Wastewater,
Yeah, would both of them go to all of them?
same there. Yeah, they'll both go to all. Yeah, it's the same, it's just, and out there, it's not
Won't be
a,
much.
it's almost gonna be, I told them basically, like
Will
3
call.
inches, it's kind of a will call, but if it's just a couple inches, we're to drive on it. The only thing that's gonna affect anything out there is the wind.
Right.
So, then the water tower, that's just one if we need to get in there.
There was gonna be
It's
one
kind of,
more.
yeah, just, we need to get in there to do some maintenance, clear some paths, kind of a thing, so that's really not, that's an old.
We're going on with,
And then this has got the annex too, on the sidewalks. So,
More complete bid.
yeah, I'd say, honestly, I think Nate's got it, cause he was a little cheaper.
Yep.
There, otherwise they're about the same, so it's good bids, it really is.
They're good bids. Okay.
Is that a motion?
That's a motion to, award snow removal for treasurer, public health, courthouse, wastewater treatment facility to Work Solutions
For 2 years.
for 2 years.
One second. Any further discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Those same sign, motion will carry. What's on there? Did you get in today?
I'm in.
All right,
Yay.
morning.
I just have a meeting with Alliant Energy today in Mason City, and then just to let you know, last week was Venture Schools Pitch Night, and our company from Fertile, which is Stone Heritage Jewelry, won the competition. So that's pretty cool.
Good deal.
Yeah.
Must be a good mentor.
Are we all good to go on the RLF loan?
I just need at least one more to reply, and I'll get after the couple that haven't replied back yet.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Guys got anything else?
Nope.
All right, thanks, Melissa.
You
Thank
bet.
you.
Anything water or wastewater? It's urgent.
Nope, not urgent.
Any department head discussion?
I have a couple things. Let's go back and talk about SLU. And just as soon as you can, somebody talk to Jeff just to make sure because there's gonna be, it's gonna take a lot of time. That's gonna mean 181 parcels we've got to touch in Vanguard, Tyler, our farms, just take it off our maps. Out of courtesy, we'll go ahead and send the letter. Doesn't necessarily have to come from us, but since we're already touching it, why make another department touch 181 parcels again?
Okay.
And then by the time we field phone calls, we're already short-staffed. It's so we will be doing a lot of comp time, but we will need time to get that done. So if, verify with Jeff and get a letter or someone, whoever he feels officially needs to, get with the NCRS office to let them know. We've given them a head up that the board of supervisors have, voted to discontinue it, but that doesn't come from us. It's still got to come from, to actually not send out letters, because they send the letters out in November. So I'm just sort of urgent in that aspect. So it's going to be a really huge project.
Okay.
So I don't know if that's follow up, but so I'll probably bring it up next Monday if I don't hear anything, just because the aspect of just realizing how much time this is going to take. And then I hate to bring this up, and the only reason I'm bringing this up is probably because of the new building, and you were saying Jason's going to be coming and talking to us about the plans, the blueprint plans of the new structure for currently the departments in here. Because it looks like if things do happen, you got the treasurer, recorder, auditor, all under the Department of Transportation. Of course, we're the only lucky ones. The assessor's office, that would be under the Iowa Department of Revenue, which makes sense. If DOJ recommendations move forward, that's where we'll end up following, which makes sense because we're not a part of the home rule anyway. So I guess just looking at the new courthouse, or the new structure that you're doing, just try to put us sort of away from home rule in the aspects we know, first of all, how much issues there have been having the public and employees think we're part of the home rule, and just sort of, if we are under the Iowa Department of Revenue, I don't know if they'll find a new location for us or if we'll be, still in that structure, but just, I don't know, a separate entrance by that, but that's where we're gonna end up going, is the Iowa Department of Revenue. If DOJ goes through these, we honestly feel with us, it's gonna take longer to move forward with that compared to other departments, just because we have so much code that's got to be changed. Our code is very complicated, and that's what's going to stop our progress for a few years of what we think of actually having that happen for DOJ requirements. But so just something to think about, when you're looking at those plans, because he's going to be going around to all the departments. So
How do other counties do their assessor facilities, or any of them separate?
well, they haven't been, but Mason City now has their own buildings. Under code right now, the board of supervisors has to provide a location. They decided in Mason City that it was going to be more efficient. A building came up right close to them. So you've got the Cerro Gordo and a Mason City assessors in a different building. So that's an option right now until code was to change. Per code, you guys have to provide a location for us. But once again, if we fall under the Department of Revenue, then you guys will have no authority. We'll be under the Department of Revenue. Don't ask me how that's gonna work.
And then they can go get their own office done.
I don't know.
Or
I'm not really happy
they
about
can
going
rent,
under
or they
the
can rent
Department of
one from
Revenue,
us.
but But it's just something to think about with this Doge, what, you know, how that was the layout of what you guys have had planned. So it's just something for you guys to think about.
I don't think any building has ever been built size-wise enough, so if that does change and we have an extra office, then we have an extra office.
That'd be okay.
We've never said we have too much room anywhere.
No,
But in the planning, just please try to keep ours, you know, away from home rule, because I don't want to go through the whole process that we've gone through with education over the past, you know, especially if we go into the Department of Revenue, because then everyone's still gonna think we're under the same umbrella, and we're especially if we're under the Department of Revenue, I mean, we're gonna have totally different rules, hour structure, everything. So I'm just sort of asking, just out of courtesy, because we know per Doge that I will, you know, that department will be separate. Just sort of put that in that plan, so it's just a little bit away from the rest of the home rule.
Did you see that one plan where it's a big,
I saw it, but no one really gave it to me. I tried to look over your shoulder, so I have no clue where we are.
Department heads, we haven't seen the 3 options. that you
Yeah, we
guys-
don't,
And
no,
I
I
never
don't know where the
got 'em.
he's
locations
supposed to get
are.
it to you, so.
Yeah.
hopefully in the next
Just
couple
going
weeks.
back to the Doge report, there's so much in there. There's a lot of state code that's gonna have to
A
change
lot of
for
state
all
code.
the departments.
Yeah.
And it's such an overwhelming amount of items. They're not going to be able to do everything that they stated.
Doge was supposed to cut, not create more problems.
There's a lot of stuff that needs to happen at the state
So
level.
like,
did you get all the way through it? I haven't got all the way through it.
no, I have not.
I started reading and I got to
And
the,
this one here is just sort of general saying where they're gonna
I
fall.
caught a little bit of the conference, her online, and when she was speaking, I didn't get all of it.
She didn't.
like 100 and some
No,
pages.
it's
huh?
pretty big.
136 plus pictures.
Yeah,
Yep.
So, but anyway, I mean, something, I would assume Jason will get it to you too when he does.
yeah, 'cause I don't need any of
And we
it.
could look at,
And we could all be in separate areas. I don't
I
know.
think for efficiencies, you should still be in the same building.
I-
mean, But you could have, if you're gonna have separate hours, different things, they could set it up with maybe a separate entrance or
Or
whatever.
something. And just sort of in that plan, because that's who we will fall under, you know,
Right.
which will not be a part of home rule, which puts a lot of pressure on our office because we are assuming we are, and it's just, I don't wanna have to go through that whole education process.
So much floating of documents between departments and stuff that it just needs to be, and I know you can do that all with computers.
So just something for you guys to
Yep.
think about.
Well,
Before he starts coming to departments, I would.
he'll come to you, this is the first before we do a final approval, so I mean, you'll have a chance to put your input in, you guys will get your inputs into it, and then he'll fine tune it a little more.
But he'll have to approve all changes, of course, with you. But I just wanted to let you know why
Yep, no, that's
I
fine.
will when I see that, you know what I mean? If I do make changes, that's why,
Yep.
or if I want to make changes.
That's your time for the input, so that's a good deal.
That's
All
it.
right, nothing else? Anybody else? Any other department heads?
Just another item, we had that meeting with Mike Galloway quite a while ago, but PTO, I'd like to see a meeting scheduled,
We just got some
We got-
information from them, so
yeah.
we just need to get another one set up pretty soon.
to keep that.
We got a
Momentum.
blueprint kind of.
You gotta go blueprint, plus he's working on the bargaining stuff.
We're signing an agreement for him to take over bargaining. and
Yep.
They'll be back in the neighborhood.
I'd say sometime between now and the end of the year with that, because if we got a start date, hopefully looking at like next July, we're gonna keep on this.
Yes, that's.
You sent a blueprint for the PTO.
So we will be doing that. Any supervisors comments today? Anything for next week's agenda? We're good, aren't we?
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second that. Moving second, any further discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Meeting adjourned.